Since the 1980s, the name Warner Brothers has been tied to some of the most iconic and highest-grossing films in cinema history. A studio that has crafted timeless fantasies as well as blockbusters that shattered global box office records. From worlds of magic and superheroes to epic dramas and pulse-pounding action, Warner has always been at the heart of cinema's biggest moments. These films didn't just dominate the box office, they shaped pop culture for generations. Welcome to the StatFlicks channel. The Exorcist, 1973, a horror that transformed cinema. The Exorcist is one of the most iconic works in the horror genre, a film that not only achieved staggering box office success but also became a turning point in cinema history. It tells the story of a young girl named Regan who becomes possessed by a demonic force, while two priests fight an intense battle to save her soul. With a budget of around $12 million, the film grossed over $440 million worldwide, an astonishing figure for its time that made The Exorcist one of the highest-grossing horror films in history. Blending psychological terror, shocking special effects, and a suffocating atmosphere, the film redefined the boundaries of horror. Superman, 1978, the dawn of superheroes in cinema. Superman is one of the earliest and most influential superhero films in history, bringing the comic book genre into Hollywood on a serious scale. The movie tells the story of Clark Kent, a man with extraordinary powers sent from the planet Krypton, and his quest to defend truth and justice on Earth. With a budget of around $55 million, Superman grossed over $300 million worldwide, becoming one of the biggest box office successes of the 1970s. Not only did it elevate Superman's popularity to new heights, but it also paved the way for the superhero films that followed. Batman, 1989. Batman, directed by Tim Burton, marked a turning point in superhero cinema, bringing Gotham City and its shadowy hero to life like never before. The story follows Bruce Wayne, a haunted billionaire, who dons the cape and cowl to fight crime and face his arch-nemesis, the maniacal Joker. With a budget of around $35 million, Batman became a massive box office success, grossing over $400 million worldwide. This proved that darker, more serious superhero films could thrive commercially and reshape the genre for years to come. For more updates, don't forget to like and subscribe. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, 1991, an everlasting legend on the big screen. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves is an epic and thrilling retelling of the classic Robin Hood tale, bringing the medieval adventure to life with Kevin Costner in the lead role. With a budget of around $40 million, the film grossed over $325 million worldwide, becoming one of the most successful films of the 1990s. The Bodyguard, 1992, a blend of romance and thrills on the big screen. The Bodyguard is one of the most notable romantic thrillers of the early 1990s, starring Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston, delivering a captivating and tension-filled story. The film follows a professional bodyguard assigned to protect a famous music star, leading to a complex and romantic relationship between them. With a budget of around $23 million, the film grossed over $400 million worldwide, becoming one of the highest-grossing films of 1992. Its combination of action sequences, thrilling moments, and a compelling romantic storyline provided a unique and memorable experience for audiences. Twister, 1996. Twister is one of the most thrilling action-adventure films of the 1990s, focusing on the destructive power of storms and a team of storm chasers, delivering a breathtaking experience for audiences. The story follows Bill and Mel, two scientists dedicated to studying tornadoes, as they attempt to develop an early warning system while facing the deadly forces of nature. With a budget of around $90 million, the film grossed over $445 million worldwide, becoming one of the highest-grossing action films of the decade. Its innovative special effects and realistic depiction of tornadoes brought natural excitement and fear to viewers, creating an unprecedented cinematic experience. Subscribe to our channel to support us. The Matrix, 1999, a revolution in sci-fi and action cinema. The Matrix is one of the most revolutionary sci-fi and action films in cinema history, forever changing the landscape of action filmmaking and visual effects. The story follows Thomas Anderson, a programmer known as Neo, who discovers that the world around him is a digital simulation called the Matrix and must fight against the machines controlling humanity. With a budget of around $63 million, the film grossed over $460 million worldwide. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, 2001, the beginning of cinematic magic. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone marks the beginning of one of the most beloved and successful film franchises in history, captivating audiences from the start with its magical world and memorable characters. With a budget of around $100 million, the film grossed over $970 million worldwide. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, 2002. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets is the second installment of the beloved Harry Potter series, presenting a darker and more thrilling story than the first film. With a budget of around $100 million, the film grossed over $870 million worldwide, further solidifying the popularity of the series. The Matrix Reloaded, 2003, Battle for Truth and Freedom. The Matrix Reloaded is the second installment of the revolutionary Matrix series, expanding the sci-fi and action universe with more advanced visual effects and a more complex storyline. With a budget of around $150 million, the film grossed over $740 million worldwide, becoming one of the highest-grossing films of 2003. Its innovative visual effects and breathtaking action sequences created an unforgettable experience for audiences. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, 2005, Strange and Sweet World. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is a beloved remake of Roald Dahl's classic story, directed by Tim Burton and starring Johnny Depp, taking audiences into the strange, colorful, and wondrous world of Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory. With a budget of around $150 million, the film grossed over $475 million worldwide. The Dark Knight, 2008. The Dark Knight is a highly acclaimed sequel to Batman Begins, directed by Christopher Nolan, elevating the standards of superhero films to a new level. The story follows Bruce Wayne, Gotham's shadowy hero, as he battles a ruthless and anarchic villain known as the Joker. With a budget of around $185 million, the film grossed over $1 billion worldwide, becoming one of the highest-grossing and most influential superhero films. Its combination of a complex storyline, deep character development, and breathtaking action provided a memorable experience for audiences. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, 2010 to 2011, the epic conclusion of a magical saga. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows comprises the final two installments of the Harry Potter series, depicting the ultimate battle between Harry Potter and Voldemort. With a combined budget of around $330 million for both parts, the series grossed over $1.3 billion worldwide. Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows, 2011. Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows is an exciting and action-packed sequel to the successful Sherlock Holmes, 2009, bringing Holmes and Dr. Watson back into complex and thrilling cases. In this installment, Holmes faces his longtime nemesis, Professor Moriarty, and works to thwart his sinister plans. With a budget of around $110 million, the film grossed over $540 million worldwide, becoming one of the highest-grossing films of 2011. Its combination of mystery, action, humor, and the characters' sharp intellect created an engaging and entertaining experience for audiences. The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, 2012, a return to the wonder of Middle-earth. The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey is the first installment of the film adaptation trilogy of J.R.R. Tolkien's classic novel, directed by Peter Jackson, bringing audiences back to the magical and fantastical world of Middle-earth. With a budget of around $200 million, the film grossed over $1 billion worldwide, becoming one of the highest-grossing fantasy films of 2012. Subscribe to our channel to support us. Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, 2016, the clash of two legendary superheroes. Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice is an action-packed film from the DC Universe, bringing two iconic superheroes, Batman and Superman, face to face. The story revolves around the conflict of their differing perspectives and goals, while a greater threat, led by Lex Luthor and other unknown enemies, endangers humanity. With a budget of around $250 million, the film grossed over $875 million worldwide, becoming one of the highest-grossing films of 2016. Aquaman, 2018, The Rise of the Underwater Kingdom. Aquaman is one of the standout films of the DC Extended Universe, telling the story of Arthur Curry, also known as Aquaman, a half-human, half-Atlantean who must embrace his identity and confront powerful enemies to protect both the underwater kingdom of Atlantis and the surface world. With a budget of around $165 million, the film grossed over $1.15 billion worldwide, becoming one of the highest-grossing DC films. Its combination of thrilling action, stunning visual effects, and creative production design provided a spectacular and exciting experience for audiences. Joker, 2019, the birth of one of cinema's most iconic villains. Joker is a dark and psychological film that tells the story of Arthur Fleck, a lonely and troubled man who ultimately transforms into a symbol of chaos and villainy. The film realistically and powerfully portrays Arthur's difficult life, social and psychological pressures, and his descent into becoming the Joker. With a budget of around $65 million, the film grossed over $1 billion worldwide, becoming one of the highest-grossing adult-rated films in history. Joaquin Phoenix's extraordinary performance, precise production design, and Todd Phillips' direction created an emotional, dark, and unforgettable experience for audiences. Barbie, 2023, a colorful fantasy with deep social messages. Directed by Greta Gerwig and starring Margot Robbie as Barbie and Ryan Gosling as Ken, the 2023 film Barbie blends comedy, fantasy, and social commentary. The story follows Barbie as she leaves the idealized world of Barbie Land to discover her true identity and purpose in the real world. Produced with a budget between $128 and $145 million, the film grossed over $1.47 billion worldwide, making it the highest-grossing comedy film of all time and the highest-grossing film directed by a woman. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.